there hasn't been a new asset class since the bond market was created in 1693. Well, now there's a new asset class, and it is the digital asset space. The question is, are you participating? Hey, what's going on, guys? It's the Crypto Siege with another day in the life, in the crazy life that is the digital asset space. Happy Wednesday. Good afternoon to you. Listen, guys, I wanted to cover and highlight a couple of people in the XRP community. Did I mess it up? Okay. Yeah, a couple of people in the XRP community. Shout out to GDLT for streaming. He did a live stream of the interview with Greg Kidd. Really, really great interview. So he had been following Greg Kidd in this particular place, knew that he was going to be speaking, right? Greg Kidd, Ripple investor, early Ripple investor, and an XRP hodler as well. Right? And so he's kind of a serial VC guys named Greg with 1 G at the end, Kidd with 2 Ds, right, at the end. Check him out, do your homework, learn more about him and his involvement with Ripple and with XRP. So GDLT, I've been following him. Tom found out he was going to be talking on a particular space, a platform. He gets on there and realizes that it's freaking DAI that's doing the interview. And I got to tell you, with some really great questions. He should do more interviews. But the interview, I tell you, golden, major insights from Greg Kidd. Appreciate him taking the time to share his thoughts with the community. It was a really great video. Make sure you guys go check out G space DLT on YouTube. Subscribe to his channel. Go check out his content. He's doing good work over there, my friends. So listen, shout out to XRP Gal. She shared this with on Twitter, so I'm going to share it with you guys as well. But listen, guys, this is your XRP Ripple daily news in around 0 to 10 minutes. All right, guys, let's do this. Ripple and Brazil's central bank hold closed meeting to discuss international markets. Shout out to XRP Gal again for sharing this on Twitter. So here's the article. A closed meeting to discuss international markets with the central bank of Brazil. Only Ripple gets these meetings. Only Ripple. I know we had a talk in the community about how is it that they're able to get these kind of, right? How are they able to get these kind of meetings? How are they able to have these opportunities, get in front of these people to share what they have, right? It's pretty cool stuff. So listen, shout out to Cointelegraph for sharing this article. Let's go through it. Ripple and Brazil's central bank hold closed meeting to discuss international matters. I said markets matters. To discuss international matters. Ripple continues to expand its presence in Brazil, holding a meeting with officials at the country's central bank. Okay, Ripple, the company associated with the greatest digital asset ever created, XRP, had a closed door meeting with the Central Bank of Brazil on May the 30th to discuss institutional matters. According to the financial institutions website, according to this financial institutions website, its president, Roberto Campos Neto, had a video conference with Ripple. With Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse and 3 other representatives of the crypto firm. So I believe he's saying that the central bank's website put this out. I'm believing that's what he said. There's a little detail about the talk since it was closed to the media. Although the website mentions institutional matters as the meeting's general purpose. Oh, again, guys, what other digital asset out there? I get that they have great teams. I get it. Smart guys, Larimer, Hoskinson, smart guys, Sunny Liu, smart guys. What other asset in its company gets these type of meetings in the space, in the entire digital asset space? What other companies doing that? I don't see it. So Ripple plans for Brazil. Ripple's ambitious plans for Latin America and Brazil in particular surfaced in June last year when the company launched a Sao Paulo office with the aim to expand across the continent. Remittance markets are the primary interest for Ripple, as it intends to facilitate cross-border settlements with XRP. Brazil's remittance flows are valued at 2.5 billion, making the local market a desirable goal for the cryptocurrency company. In December of 2019, Luiz Antonio Sacco, the general director of Ripple in Brazil, who was also present at the recent meeting with Neto, announced the company's intention to bolster partnerships with banks and other institutions in Brazil throughout 2020. And other institutions, FIs, SMEs, MTOs, money transmitter operators, other institutions, in addition to the banks who tend to move slowly. So far, Ripple has secured alliances with at least 3 major local players: Santander, Bradesco, and Banco Rendimento, via its blockchain-based financial services network, RippleNet. And guys, if you didn't check out my stream the other day when we talked about the RippleNet network and its network effect, you definitely want to check that video out. It was a good hangout. Push for adoption. So recently, the role of Ripple and XRP in cross-border transfers has been recognized by the U.S. Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, that agency that has now been given the green light to move, amongst other agencies like the SEC, has been given the regulatory freedom to move forward on ideas that would help with economic recovery. I can't think of a greater economic recovery than providing velocity, right, of money in the system, because it's stagnant. The velocity of money right now is currently stagnant. Greg Kidd said on this interview that just took place on the 2nd, that it's all dormant. It's just laying around. The greatest hurdle, one of the greatest impediments to the society right now is this dead weight. He called it dead weight drag on society, because the money's not moving. It's very, very illiquid. So talk about economic recovery. How about a digital asset that could begin to tap into trillions and trillions of dollars and create movement in money in seconds, by the way. So recently the role, I said that already, although the agency remains skeptical about XRP and seeing widespread adoption, it didn't remain skeptical. It was a great write-up about the CFPB and what they thought about Ripple and XRP. In April, the company's partner and investor, Japanese financial giant SBI Holdings, announced plans to integrate Ripple-powered payments across ATMs in Japan. Ripple-powered payments, money tap, ATMs, using XRP, powered by Ripple, right? So great article here from Cointelegraph. Again, closed meeting with the people, Brad and the boys and gals. I should say Brad and the people from Ripple, the central bank of Brazil. Again, I ask you, where else does this happen in the digital assets? Where else does this kind of stuff happen? I'm going to share another thing here as well. Listen, shout out to XRP Researcher for sharing this on Twitter. This is important. This is really, really important. The Federal Reserve, he says, great, more delays. The Federal Reserve has announced it will not implement phase 1 of the FedWire Fund Service migration to the ISO 20022 during 2020 or 2021. It confirms that it does not have any message format changes planned through 2021. This doesn't sound like it's good news for the good old, for the banking system at all. SWIFT, whatever. But let's go through the article. Let's see what FinExtra has to say about it. Again, shout out to XRP Researcher at XRP News if you want to follow these guys on Twitter at XRP News. So, Finextra.com says Federal Reserve kicks FedWire's ISO 20022 can down the road. The Federal Reserve has announced it will not implement phase 1 of the FedWire service migration to ISO 20022 2022 during 2020 or 2021. Wow. It confirms that it does not have any message format changes planned through 2021. In September of 2019, the Federal Reserve announced its plans to delay and reassess a phased implementation strategy in favor of a single day implementation. So the delay was so that they could do it a single day, in one day, known as a big bang approach, which is also being taken in Europe. The Fed notes the discussion around this change have considered cross-border interoperability issues that may occur if the Federal Reserve Bank and other high-value payment system operators have not implemented the 2022 messaging standard by the time SWIFT enables its participants to start sending data via the ISO 202 messages over its global network. So this is the Fed. It's delaying it. The Fed's delaying it. Why is the Fed delaying it? Not even till 2021. Wow. The Fed adds that discussions have also addressed the impact of SWIFT's decision to delay its migration to the new messaging system by 12 months to November of 2022, with the ECB having to step in and enforce measures to mitigate the delay's impact. SWIFT's delay has caused widespread unease across the European banking landscape, with multiple institutions and associations calling on the ECB to push back various projects and programs, such as the T2S consolidation, due to the timeline and strategic disruptions caused by SWIFT's decision. And I just think about these delays and how Ripple and its messaging system and how that they can incorporate what they have with Xcurrent and ODL in place of this. What do these delays mean for Ripple in its technology? How can they step in if the Fed just can't seem to get their act together and SWIFT can't seem to get its act together? What does it mean? How can Ripple step in and provide a solution? And is this perhaps just opening the door for Ripple to come in, step in, and provide a solution? The Federal Reserve says, given the beer code, it is unlikely that we will announce a final decision on the ISO 20022 migration strategy before the end of this year. The Fed adds that it remains committed to supporting the ISO 20022 standard and anticipates providing an update regarding the overall migration plan for the Fedwire Fund services later in 2020. Of course they do. So is this a door opening for Ripple and its suite of technology? From the way I see it, from where I sit, I see that it is. Remember, Ripple ultimately is looking to replace SWIFT. And if SWIFT is delaying, and now the Fed is using the beer code and the fact that SWIFT is delaying to integrate what they want to integrate. Remember, banks have already moved over to this ISO 20022 and have been planning for the complete migration. So it doesn't look good for SWIFT with the delay, and it doesn't look good for the Fed to delay as well. It doesn't look good, all things considered. And perhaps this is an opening for Ripple. Perhaps. So we shall soon see. All right, guys, listen, thank you so much for hanging out. I appreciate it big time. I'm going to end this video like I do all of my videos and remind you guys of this. Old money doesn't want you to win. They don't want us to win. They would rather us remain a cog in their perpetual wheel of trading our time for dollars. They don't want us to play in the same playground that they play in, where we allow our money to work for us. This is our chance to win, guys. The digital asset space is our chance to win. We are in the midst of the greatest transfer of wealth in the history of man. Are you participating? Or are you standing on the sidelines? Here's what I do know, that the battle for you has already been fought. and the victory is yours. Go get it. I'll talk to you soon, guys. See ya. Bye.